YouTube, Facebook, what's up, guys? Today is May the 18th. I'm out here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which was about a 2-hour drive from our location. And this is actually my second time out here within the last 3 months. We came out here about 3 months ago. A guy found us on YouTube, just like my client here today. She actually told me, she said, Courtney, I could not find anybody up here to do what you do. And also the companies that I tried to get to come out here, they stood me up and never showed up to do the estimate. So guys, what I'm here to do today for Miss Lorraine, this is 640 square feet. I had her send me pictures. So anytime we do jobs like this, I have the client send me pictures and also videos via email, and that way we can get a good idea of what's going on with the jobs. So when guys say, well, Courtney, do you go do an estimate? No, I don't. And I'm actually going to start doing that more, even for in the area of where I live, because even with traffic, some guys sometimes with traffic, it'll just be a lot better doing it this way. So what I'm doing today, because Scobie is actually doing his own job, he's actually doing a clean and recoat. But what I'm doing today out here in Chattanooga, again, 640 square feet. These floors have a wax residue on them, and I'm going to be removing the wax residue and then follow up with a screen and recoat with a satin finish at $3 a square foot. But guys, let me show you what I'm doing, and also let me show you this beautiful view. So it's not these floors, but she said she's going to have me come back in another year and redo these floors. But let me show you guys the floors over here. So see, I'm already prepping. But if you look at the floors really close, you see all those scuff marks? You see all this on the floors, guys? This is what drives a lot of people crazy, and they just can't figure out what's going wrong with the floor. I actually went and did the estimate this morning. Same thing. You see all these scuff marks? So it's not in the wood, it's in that residue, that wax that's on the floor. See all this? And this is what a lot of people have a hard time trying to figure out what's going on with the floors. And it's those products that they're putting on the floors, and it creates these micro scratches, these scuff marks. See here, guys? See those? So see over here, look over here. See all these scuff marks? All right, so what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to first remove all this residue from the floor. Okay, see all these scuff marks right here? See all that? Okay, all right here. And also too, guys, check out this beautiful view. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. And she told me, she said, Courtney, your services would be so much needed in this area. So she's going to give me a list of areas, cities in this area surrounding Chattanooga, because I'm going to definitely start targeting this area more. This is beautiful, guys. Wow. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Stay tuned. All right, guys, as you can see, there's a fair amount of wax on these floors. When you start seeing the machine push it up like this, there's a lot of wax on these floors. But you can see the difference right here. Look at this right here. See that? That's all wax seal on the floors, but it's coming up really good. I want to get this off before we do the screening process, because the reason why, like I teach some of my students, guys, trust me, I wish we could screen this stuff off, but unfortunately you can't, because it is acrylic. So it heats up with the buffer motion, and then what it does, it clogs up the screens, and it just starts throwing this, as it's turning, it's heating that wax up, and it's turning to like these little gummy balls, and you just see all these little balls just flying everywhere. And trust me, guys, I know, because I've tried it. So like I said, unfortunately you can't screen it off. You gotta clean it off. And this is one of the major reasons when some companies come in, they don't do this process or even offer this process. That's why they'll say either sand it or replace it. But unfortunately, you guys see, we can restore the floors without sanding and replacing. see that? Wow. All right, guys, I want to show my client what's going on with the floors in a good way. So, Miss Leanne, what I'm doing now, like you saw in the videos, I'm removing the wax. And if you look right there, see all that wax coming up? And look at all that up there. Yes. So what happened is when you see that much, there's so much wax on the floors, the machine is basically pushing it because there's so much wax on the floors. Of course, I'm gonna get it up, but just to show you that difference. So that's why, again, all those scuff marks were in the floor because it was in the wax, not actually in the floor.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yes, ma'am. And you'd be surprised. Now you see that? You'd be surprised how many homes have this same issue and they don't even realize it until, like you did, they do research and they see it in the videos. And I have so many people say, now I see why my floors look like this because of all the. Now, was this prior to you moving in or this something you guys did?
No, this has been here.
This been here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know
Yep.
what the older owners did.
Yep. Yeah, most people go to the stores and they get those store-bought products. So you'd be surprised, a lot of people do move in on top of other people's problems and they don't realize it.
Yep.
Yep.
Looks interesting.
Yes, ma'am. All right, guys, let me show you. Look at the floors now. Now they're still wet from the post cleaning, but you can see all those scuff marks are all gone because it was all in the wax. So I'm just letting the floors dry out. But this is why we do a screen and recoat after we remove wax from solid floors, because when the original finish is worn off, hold on, guys. When the original polyurethane wears off, that's when a lot of people start taking those products to cover things up and don't realize it's going to make the floors worse. But you can see now the floors are wax residue free. But let's walk over here. Let me show you something. And this is just from years of experience. Now, the good thing about this floor, this is a Brazilian cherry, so it's not stained. This is the original color of the floor. If you look really close, you see that? We couldn't see that before. Why? Because all that wax was on it. Once we get this screen and then reapply new poly on it, you will not be able to see that anymore. But that's just the original wear layer has just basically just worn off of this area right here. All right, guys, I got a few phone calls coming in. Been booking estimates since I've been here. Stay tuned. All right, guys, right now I'm doing the screening. And as you can see, guys, there's really no finish that was on these floors. So this is perfect. See right here? You can see that the screen is etching the floor, which is good. But there's no finish on these floors. As long as we see the screen breaking the surface tension of the wood, that's really the only thing that matters. Like sometimes when you watch some of the videos and you see all that white powdery stuff, it's just, you know, again, it varies from floor to floor. On this floor, you can see that there's really none. So all I have to do is just really flatten out these floors before putting down the polyurethane. And then some floors, there's tons of it. And that's why we have to vacuum it up. But on this floor, guys, it's probably just a aged floor. Probably, I mean, I will say this is probably the first time this floor has probably been professionally serviced. And again, that's why the previous homeowners put that wax buildup on it. So yeah. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and finish screening this floor, and I'll come back and show you some more results. Stay tuned. putting the finish down.
Mhm.
And look at some of those worn areas. Like for example, see like right here.
Yep. Mhm.
When it soaks into the floor, it's gonna look a whole lot better. But yeah, this is probably the first time this floor has been serviced. All right, guys, I just got back from lunch and I am about to apply the second coat. I had to do a little spot sanding. You guys remember that area that was in here but look at these floors, guys. Just look at how good these floors look. And this is just the first coat. Oh my goodness, and this is a satin finish. Floors look amazing. So remember this area right here by the back door, it didn't look too good after the first coat. So what I had to do was pull out my palm sander and sand it down. And that's the good thing about these exotic floors like Brazilian cherry. You can sand it down and just put the poly back on top. So what I did, I feathered a coat of poly on top and before I put the second coat down. But you can see all that area that looked really worn. I just smoothed it down with my palm sander, my Festool, best sanders, palm sanders in the world, Festools, and you can just see how much better that looks now. So anyway, guys, I'm about to put this second coat down. Overall, these floors came out amazing. So I'm about to get ready to put that second coat down. Also, I had an estimate to go do after this in Atlanta, and the good thing he told me, oh, hey, Leanne, let me show you right quick. This is Mrs. Leanne. Go look at that now, see how much better that looks.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
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 Yes, ma'am. So much better.
So that's the
feathering
of the first
Yes,
coat,
ma'am.
and then
Yep.
we'll do
Now I'm gonna do the second coat. Yes,
Great.
ma'am.
Yay. Well, see,
Yep.
great minds.
Yes, ma'am. So overall, Miss Leanne, how does it look?
Good. Looks really good.
Well, thank you.
I want to put on a pair of socks and go slide.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and get this second coat put down. And my estimate that I had after this, he said, Courtney, I watched enough of your videos. It's a vacant condo in Atlanta he's trying to put on the market. And he said, just go ahead and put it down on the schedule. So Scobie's going to go do that job Saturday. And then I also have another job to do myself Saturday. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one.